in the misty heart of Tudor England, where castles clawed at foggy skies and torchlight flickered down ancient corridors. A legend was born alongside a princess. The year is 1533. A child, Elizabeth, enters a world already thick with political tension and whispered prophecies. Her very existence is a gamble, a spark in the volatile court of her father, Henry VIII. From the moment of her birth, shadows clung to her future. Royal advisors spoke in hushed tones of a cryptic prophecy, an ancient verse tied to the fate of the realm. It foretold of a queen unlike any before. The queen who carries no king shall carry the fate of England in her hands. This wasn't merely a political forecast. It was a mystical edict, a destiny whispered on the wind and etched into the very stones of the palace. This prophecy would become the silent companion of Elizabeth's life, a constant echo in the chambers of her heart. It followed her from the precarious days of her youth, through the reigns of her siblings, Edward and Mary, where her life hung by a thread. Every decision, every alliance, every suitor who sought her hand was weighed against the pull of this strange and powerful destiny. Her refusal to marry, a move that baffled Europe, was more than just a political strategy. It was a commitment to this deeper, almost magical calling. But Elizabeth's path to the throne was not guided by prophecy alone. A hidden legacy, a secret left by her mother, Anne Boleyn, awaited her. Shortly before her own coronation, Elizabeth discovered a small, unassuming chest hidden away. Inside, she found a collection of coded letters penned in her mother's hand. These were not letters of maternal affection, but urgent warnings, a roadmap of the treacherous court she was about to inherit. And wrote of a clandestine society, a shadow council operating within the royal court itself. This group, she warned, had manipulated events for generations, seeking to control the English throne from the shadows. They had orchestrated her own downfall and now lay in wait for her daughter. The letters were a puzzle, a final gift from a mother she barely knew, arming her with the one weapon she could trust. Knowledge driven by her mother's words, Elizabeth began a silent investigation. She moved through the court with a newfound purpose, her sharp eyes missing nothing. The grand halls of Whitehall, once just a backdrop for courtly life, became her chessboard. She learned to read the subtle language of betrayal in a courtier's glance, to hear the whisper of conspiracy in the rustle of a silk gown. She held secret councils by candlelight, her most trusted advisors poring over Anne's coded messages, slowly untangling the web of deceit. Symbolic omens seemed to follow her every move. Ravens, ancient symbols of prophecy, perched on the battlements of the Tower of London, their dark eyes watching. Wax seals on secret letters burned in the hearth, their secrets turning to ash. Each near miss, each plot she deftly sidestepped, only strengthened her resolve. She survived assassination attempts not with an army, but with intelligence. She outmaneuvered her enemies, not with force, but with cunning. Her courtiers and rivals saw a queen of formidable intellect, a master of but few understood the true source of her strength. Her decision to remain the Virgin Queen was not a sign of weakness, but the ultimate act of power. By remaining unmarried, she kept the Shadow Council off balance. They could not control her through a husband, nor could they manipulate an heir. She was beholden to no one but England itself. This wasn't just politics. It felt like a sacred vow, an invocation of that ancient, mystical protection the prophecy had promised. Her sovereignty was complete, her power absolute. The years turned into decades. The Spanish Armada, a seemingly invincible force, was shattered against England's shores, not just by superior naval tactics, but by a storm of almost mythical proportions. The Protestant wind, te cajet, Italiano. It was as if the very elements conspired to protect the queen who ruled alone. Her reign became a golden age. England flourished, its culture, commerce, and confidence soaring to new heights. She had transformed a fractured, fearful nation into a world power. The final scene of her long and storied life is not one of battle or intrigue, but of quiet triumph. We see Elizabeth, now aged but no less majestic, standing alone in the royal chapel. Sunlight streams through the magnificent stained glass windows, bathing her in a halo of colored light. The dust motes dance in the golden beams. In this serene moment, the prophecy is fulfilled. She, the queen who carried no king, had indeed carried the fate of England in her hands. She had faced down every threat, unified her realm, and secured its future. The whispers of the past had become the triumphant roar of a nation reborn, all under the watchful eye of its virgin queen. Her legend was no longer just a prophecy, it was history. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories where history and legend intertwine.